What's going on, guys? Platinum Beast coming at you with another video. Today's topic, platinum to palladium ratio. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay guys, so a lot of people know about the gold to silver ratio. Everyone loves comparing those two metals. They love kind of looking at where the ratio is and making predictions and speculation based upon the ratio. A lot of people live by the ratio. They just say gold ratio is too high, silver will catch up. And that's what they stack by and that's what they go by. One topic I wanted to talk about is the palladium to platinum ratio today. Yes, there is a ratio of how many ounces of platinum equal 1 ounce of palladium. Now, in the current market, it's about 2.5 to 3 of these equals 1 whole ounce of that. So, the reason for that is because palladium is a much rarer metal. I've talked about that in my previous videos, and that's just a fact. The amount of platinum mined in the world and the amount of palladium. Palladium is only 15% of platinum, and platinum is already way less than gold. So a lot less of this is mined, and it's also a lot more rare than platinum. Just like gold is more rare than silver. Now people like to look at the amount being mined and the amount that is estimated to be left in the Earth's core, and they like to add that into their prediction as far as the ratio. They say that it's harder to find gold. There's not as much gold left. There's more silver left, but the ratio is still way off. A lot of people, I've heard numbers like there's about, as far as silver and gold still in the ground, there's about 8 to 1 silver to gold ratio in the ground. So it doesn't make sense that silver would be over 1 to 100 silver to gold ratio. I don't know the exact numbers between the platinum and the palladium. I do know that they are related on the element chart. And they're mined together a lot of times. This is more a byproduct of platinum. A lot of times when they mine platinum, this comes out with it along with rhodium and I think ruthenium and maybe iridium. I think they're all kind of like a group of metals called the platinum group metals. Now, the reason why the platinum to palladium ratio is kind of important is because in automobiles, in the catalytic converters, the reason palladium is used is because it takes twice as much platinum in a catalytic converter to filter toxins as it does palladium. So realistically, based on the auto industry alone, this should be twice less than, or at the most twice as valuable as this. Now this, right now the ratio is not that. Right now this is 2.5 to 3 times as valuable as platinum. Now that means that the ratio is very much off. I want to explain why that probably is. A while ago they were using platinum in catalytic converters, and the reason they switched to palladium a while ago was because palladium was actually a lot cheaper than platinum because no one wanted it. It was not really used for much. It's used very little in other types of industry. Like 85% of the platinum that is mined is used in the automotive industry. Or palladium, I'm sorry. 85% of the palladium that's mined is used in the automotive industry, and 15% is used elsewhere. Investments, a little bit of jewelry, mostly for like coating and plating and stuff like that. But 15% is used outside the automotive industry, 85% is used inside the automotive industry. Whereas platinum, 40% is used in the automotive industry and 60% is used somewhere else. So this is less volatile than this. That explains the volatility. But the palladium to platinum ratio and why it's over 2.5 to almost 3% ratio is because when they made the switch to palladium, palladium was much cheaper than platinum because no one wanted it. Like I said earlier, no one wanted it. So they switched to palladium. They're like, palladium's cheaper and it's more efficient in regular fueled vehicles. Now in diesel, platinum still reigns. Platinum is still efficient because diesel gives off a different emissions than regular gas and doesn't require as much of filtering. That's why Volkswagen and other auto manufacturers use diesel, was because it was less pollutant, is the idea. There was the scandal, there's the issues, all that stuff. I already covered that in another video. But typically speaking, diesel does burn cleaner than regular fuel. Regular fuel is cheaper, at least in America, than diesel. So most people want regular fuel vehicles, so they're going to get palladium catalytic converters. And the auto manufacturers started making catalytic converters use palladium instead of platinum because it was cheaper at the time. Now that the price has risen, you would think that they would switch back to platinum right now. Well, it's not that easy because they've spent all this time, money, and effort developing cars and catalytic converters to run with palladium that the amount of time and effort to switch back to platinum will take a lot longer than just like an overnight thing. It's not something they can just easily swap out of their manufacturing facilities and just change everything. So they have to go back to the drawing board and go back to the way things were in the past. Now, my guess is that even though palladium is 2.5 to 3 times as much as platinum, it hasn't reached a level yet that the automotive industry is going to switch back. Will it reach that level? I don't know. I would imagine that level would have to be over 2 to 1 for a long enough time that the automotive industry says, okay, we're going to switch back to platinum. At that point, platinum will start to rise while palladium starts to fall. Probably back to its original kind of setting. I still put a little bit of faith in palladium because of its filtering capabilities and because of the fact that it doesn't require as much as platinum. So these two will probably go head to head for a while, defending their right as the automotive emissions filtering or whatever element. But one key fact to keep in mind is that their filtering element is very useful and will, in my opinion, provide more use outside of automotive industry as time goes on. 100 years ago, they just started getting into cars. They didn't have catalytic converters till 40 or 50 years ago. So, but this metal has been on Earth forever, and it was just recently discovered in the 1600s-ish. And so, and also pollution wasn't something people realized was a problem until more recently as well. So I do believe that both of these metals will hold value based on their filtering capabilities, even outside of the automotive industry. But the ratio is still important to look at. Right now, I think platinum is a bargain. Right now, I think palladium is probably either a hold, maybe buy a little bit, or maybe even sell, but I wouldn't suggest that at the very moment. I think it will go back up, so wait on that to sell, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, I wanted to explain the platinum and palladium ratio and explain why it's important and explain why it affects the prices of both metals. I think it just shows you kind of the value that a lot of people don't realize in looking at the ratios, especially when it's industrial metal versus silver versus gold. Silver versus gold, I don't really fully understand the gold-silver ratio and why it's out of whack. I understand it was way lower in the past. I understand it's way high today. I don't really know why. Platinum is my main focus. That's why I named the channel Platinum Beast. So today's topic was on platinum, palladium, ratio. So yeah, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to thumbs up this video and make sure to subscribe for future platinum videos. So until next time, guys, see ya.